Let's think for a few minutes about decision-making styles, and it's specifically the decision-making comfort zone that so many of us find ourselves in when we need to make a choice or recommendation or a decision for our organization. A lot of times when we are faced with making a decision, we are doing it in a duo or in a group with other people. And of course, as no two people are alike, no two decision-making styles or decision-making comfort zones are going to be alike. And in some cases, they're not even similar. In order to help people work through this and groups work through this when taking a look at strategic change or a big decision that needs to be made, I'd like to recommend thinking about your decision-making comfort zone on a scale of 1 to 10. So something like a 2 is going to be a low level of data points, not a significant amount of information is needed for that person to be comfortable making a decision. Whereas someone who's on the 8 side of that scale, they want more pros and cons weighing, potentially a little bit more time, an increased number of data points compared to that person who's a 2 before they feel comfortable moving forward with that decision or that recommendation. To identify where you are, I like to use the car purchasing or the vehicle purchasing comfort zone comparison to identify if you are a 2 or an 8 or anywhere in between on that scale. So if we think of someone who is a 2, they have probably seen cars on the road or vehicles on the road. They may wake up one morning and think, I know what kind of vehicle I want to purchase. I'll find the nearest dealership. I'll go and I'll test drive one or two. And if the financing is good, I'll come home later today with a new vehicle. Very small number of data points, very at ease and comfortable making a decision. A person who is closer to the 8 on that scale is going to do quite a bit of research before they wake up and show up at the dealership. They are probably going to compare different makes and models. They may take a look at their trade by Kelley Blue Book or going to CarMax to get a valuation. They're more than likely going to assess several financing options. And even on the day that they go to test drive at one or more of those dealerships, they very well might come home to think about their decision a little bit longer before they make it. That gives us an idea of the difference between someone who's at a 2 and doesn't need several data points to make a decision versus someone who's at an 8 who would like a little bit more information before they feel comfortable moving forward. We can take these numbers and translate them into a business decision. And let's assume a scenario where I'm a director of finance for an organization and I'm at a 2. And I work with a lady named Jane, and she's our director of technology, and she's closer to an 8, perhaps even a 9. And Jane and I jointly have been tasked with identifying and hiring a new IT services vendor for our organization. So this obviously not only impacts the 2 of us, it's going to impact everyone in the organization, maybe our board as well. Jane and I at Sassoon have gone through the entire procurement process. We have checked all the boxes on that side and really in the place where we need to be making a choice. By discussing, I'm at a 2, Jane's at an 8 or a 9, we can better collaborate without some of the eye-rolling drama and finger pointing of 2 people who are at such different places on a scale and comfort zone in decision making. And by collaborating together, not only can we help each other identify which are the data points that are important to each of us, but we can help each other collect some of that information. It's really important to note and to point out my 2 might not be encompassed in Jane's 8. Simply because her number is higher doesn't mean she's collecting the same information that I want to make the decision. Each of our decisions will be based on our history, our biases, our experiences, how we use the system, whom we've worked with in the past. We have several different ways that we're coming at this decision individually beyond just that decision-making comfort zone and protocol. Though breaking it down by that personal vehicle selection really can help us work through that process of identifying our new IT vendor together. This can be used in strategic change. It can be used in any decision that needs to be made for an organization, and it can even be used in personal life. So decision-making protocol is a really powerful tool, and that scale of 1 to 10, identifying where you are, really help ease the process when you're working with other people on a critical decision.